All right, I'm Russell Payne, and this is the Vindicators Candidate Spotlights, mayoral spotlight for the mayor's position. It's on the ballot. This is May the 2nd, real quick. Early voting is going to get underway on Monday, April the 20th, and run through Tuesday, April 28th. It will, however, be postponed on April the 21st as we celebrate San Jacinto Day here in the great state of Texas. So, you can vote at voting locations around the county. If you want to find more information, specific locations and times, go visit votelibertycounty.com. Good folks there at the elections office have that information for you. And of course, election day, 7 a.m. 7 p.m. Saturday, May the 2nd. That said, we were with City Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Tommy Brents. So to welcome you and offer you the opportunity to introduce yourself to folks.
Sure. Well, you kind of already introduced me. My name is Tommy Brents. I've served on City Council since May 2022. I had the privilege to be elected then, the honor to be reelected again in 2024. And last year, my fellow council members elected me Mayor Pro Tem. And I've had the honor and privilege of serving that over the past year. And I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great pleasure and privilege. And I'm looking forward to continue serving as mayor.
All right. Well, let's get into it. What are the three most pressing issues facing the city right now?
The three most pressing issues, I think, are all kind of wrapped into one thing. We have, I would say, our most pressing issues are aging infrastructure that need attention. We want to keep our lights on, we want to keep our water flowing, we want to keep it clean, we want to keep our sewer clear. And I feel like those three things, they're all one real issue, and that's the issue of core city services. With that, we also have public safety needs, which are probably the top priority of any city government. And so that's really four things I think that should be the priority. There's also lots of other needs and things that we've put some attention on over the past several years. And we've seen a lot of focus on that and some of the amenities that we offer, the golf course, our parks, things like that. A lot of low-hanging fruit that adds a lot to the quality of life of our residents. But I think we're facing some significant challenges with infrastructure, especially with roads that have to be addressed. And every year that goes by, every time we kick that ball down the road, it gets to be more of a challenge. And we're facing actual growth challenges now. And if we don't get on top of these infrastructure needs, then we're going to be in a world of hurt. So that's kind of the core message of my campaign, is to be really good at the things we're supposed to be good at. And there's some low-hanging fruit we've given some attention to, a lot of good things that we've done, but it's really time to get down to business and work on these most critical things that government should not only do really well, but things that only the government can do. And I think that's really what we need to be focused on.
All right. Well, you are seeking another term in office. It's a little different office, but you in the city of Liberty, of course, votes. The mayor votes, so in a lot of ways it won't be a lot different. Just sit at the helm of the council. What are you most proud of, though, in the time you've been in office to this point?
I think that the thing I'm most proud of is kind of creating a culture, and this may be more so from the residents in town than other entities, but a culture of transparency. We live in a time where, unfortunately, residents across the nation, they don't really have a lot of trust and confidence in their government. Some of that's for good reason, some of it's not. But I think transparency and openness, accountability, accessibility, all of these things kind of play a unique and really necessary part in cultivating a trust between residents and government. And I feel like I've not accomplished everything that needs to be accomplished there, but we've gone a long way. We have a lot more openness than we did when I joined council in 2022. And I don't want to take the credit for all of it, but the majority of people that tell me you'd make a great mayor, a lot of it's because they know that I am all about making sure that people have information. And transparency is really important. And so I think that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of. And again, there's still a lot of work to do there. But if I leave office and the only thing that I ever accomplished was that I got to play an important critical role in getting live streaming, for example, of our city council meetings, I find that to be a big green check mark and something I will be proud of forever. And I hope it serves the citizens well.
What's something you'd like to do over if you had another chance?
Oh, that's a good question. Do over if I had a chance. I don't know. I don't typically think of things that way. I probably wish I had maybe been better at establishing some working relationships with others. I've tried to do a good job of that, but you'll always look back, and I guess the things that I regret the most are probably not being able to explain things, decisions maybe I made, or be as prepared as I wanted to be going into a particular issue, just because I didn't have a great relationship with somebody who could have helped me in that. So it's usually, for me, it's people things like that, where I just want to have stronger working relationships with people.
What sets you apart from your opponent?
So one of the great things, the things I admire about our current mayor, is that we do have a lot in common. So I don't think that whoever you vote for, I don't think you're gonna see a significant change in direction and priority. But I will say, without being negative or critical of Mayor Hebert, who I have a great amount of respect for, I think you'll see a lot more of a principled approach to decisions from me. If you look at my record, I think you can see many times I'm not a vote yes person. I'm not afraid to vote no, even when it's uncomfortable. And that doesn't mean I'd always vote no. I'm not always the contrarian, but I do want to ask and get answers to the hard questions. And I think when it comes to government spending and putting government resources and things like that behind an issue, I think the government bears the burden to convince the voters. And when we don't do that, when we aren't open, when we aren't as transparent, even to the point of discomfort as we should be, I think that's a problem. So you're going to see a much more principled approach from me. Again, not to say anything negative about the approach of Mayor Hebert. We've been on council together I think he's been on for 3 years. 2 of those as mayor. And, so I can't point to him and say, you've done this, this, and this wrong, because I've been there the whole way. So we have had a lot in common, and we've been able to accomplish some great things together. And I'm proud of those things, and I'm not going to criticize him for those. But my point in saying all that is, my approach isn't to point out the insufficiencies in Mayor Hebert, because I think that list is short, but just to tell you what I'm all about. And you can look at my record and you can see what types of things I've supported, the types of questions I've asked, the situations I've been in that are not necessarily comfortable, and the time and effort I've put into doing the things that I talk about, being transparent, being open, being clear, being accessible. I think that's going to be ultimately a big difference in what you see from Mayor Brents and Mayor Hebert.
All right. Early voting is around April 20th through the 28th. Polling locations across the county. You can find out the exact details at votelibertycounty.com. You will not be able to vote on Tuesday, April 21st. It will be closed for St. Jacinta Day. Election Day is Saturday, May the 2nd, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we'll, of course, have results for you after the polls close that night. Would you like to close us out here?
Sure, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you, Russell. Thank you to the Vindicator for allowing this candidate spotlight video. It's been a pleasure to sit on City Council. On May 2nd, folks have a chance to make their voice heard. And whether you go out to vote for John Hebert or Tommy Brents, I just hope you go vote. People have a lot of things they like to complain about, a lot of concerns about their community. And if you don't go vote, I mean, you don't have a voice, or your voice is limited. Let's put it that way. You're not exercising a critical responsibility that we all have to go vote. I hope that I've presented enough information that you can see, at least from my perspective, what the choice I will be. Certainly, if you have any more have any questions, you can find more information at my website, tommyforliberty.com. You can reach out to me there. I have a Facebook page. You can find me there and message me there. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm an open book, and I do hope to earn your vote. Obviously, voting starts Monday, but there's still a couple weeks, and if you're undecided, I'd love to have a chance to chat with you. Feel free to reach out. But again, thank you for the opportunity to serve you over these past several years, and whether or not I continue as mayor or this election will be my last, it's been an honor and a privilege, and I thank you. I thank the City of Liberty I've loved this. I've been so privileged and honored, and looking forward to the future.
Mr. Brents, we thank you for
Thank you,
taking
sir.
part in this.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.